Dallas 911, this is Carla. Where's your emergency?
I'm an off-duty officer. I thought it was in my apartment, and I shot a guy thinking it was my apartment.
You shot someone?
Yes, I thought it was my apartment. I need EMS. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Okay, and where are you at right now?
I'm inside the apartment with him.
September 6, 2018 became a night of tragedy when Amber Geiger, an off-duty officer, made a desperate 911 call after entering what she believed was her apartment, only to realize a bit too late that she had fatally shot 26-year-old Botham Jean by mistake, thinking he was an intruder. As the Dallas police rushed onto the chaotic crime scene, they did everything within their power to save his life. Botham Jean, a dedicated accountant by profession and passionate about making those around him smile, could have never imagined that he would lose his life in the safety of his own apartment. Amber repeatedly claimed it was an honest mistake, insisting she believed it was her apartment.
I didn't mean to. I came on, stay with me. It was my apartment. It was my apartment.
But was it truly a tragic mistake, as Amber insisted, or does this story conceal a far darker reality? As the detectives dig deeper, they uncover a motive that challenges everything she said.
Alright, so Amber, what I'd like to do is just kind of start with how your day started yesterday. I guess on the 6th. Something like that, right? Okay. If you would just start for me.
I wake up every morning, usually at 5:30, take my dog for a walk, get done by 6 o'clock, start getting ready for work. 6:30 I'm usually done. So I get uniform on about 7:15-ish. I go to work. I live about 15 minutes away as a drive. Get to work about 7:30. Usually then we do a lot of intel with our group.
Okay.
So we try to work on a lot of the crimes. And so once we get once like our group and everybody gets as we get the intel, like stuff we're going to work on for the day, we go out and we work on that. Yesterday, Martin, my partner, and I jumped in the car about 8:30ish, so we've already looked at everything we're going to try to do for the day. About 12:30ish, we learned, we know we're going to assist SWAT in a warrant, so at 1:10, it's when we head up to Central. That warrant lasts a while. We're trying to find these robbery suspects that have been going through Mesquite, Palm Springs, Channel 7, to our channel. It takes a while they were all 3 stuck up in the attic. We eventually get them all out, and Martin and I, we transport our prisoner up to Jack Evans. Our other guys on the team transport them up to Jack Evans to robbery unit. That's close to about 5:15ish. So my partner at that point, he has to go take care of some family stuff, and so it's me, Helen Gard, our McPherson, and Bruce. We're at headquarters, and once robberies and everybody gets done, the gang interviews the 3 suspects, we all take them down to Lou Sterrett to go put them in. McPherson's the one who types the report, and at that point, after the interviews lasted hours. So about maybe 7:30, we're at Lou Sterrett. McPherson's typed the report for 3 different arrestees. So about 8ish, we're done. We go back to the station, unload our stuff. About 8:15 to 8:20, I probably put my body camera up, and I went back to the back. We all filled out our overtime cards. I did my computer work and did my activity for the day. About that time, it's 8:45. So from there, I leave, drive my home 15 minutes, and I use my key fob to get in the garage. It's about, I'll say about 9:10, 9:15, and I go up. It's a circle garage. I go up 100% sure I parked on the 3rd floor. I was like, so I was lucky, like I got a front spot. Usually it's hard because I always carry my equipment. So it's like I didn't have to walk a long ways because that hallway I always walk down is so long. But, so I get out, I go down, I make left onto the hallway where my apartment's at, and I put the key fob in the door, and I don't even have to turn it. It's like the door's already cracked or something, so I push it, and I hear some movement around the apartment, and so I automatically draw my gun thinking somebody's in my apartment that doesn't belong there. I'm the only one that lives there. No one does. And so when I open it, I pull my gun. I still have my bags and everything. I pull my gun out, and I see a dark body, like a silhouette, just standing in the very back. It's dark inside. I can't see anything. And so I say, let me see your hands. The person keeps moving around. I can't see where his hands are going. And so at that point, I feel like you're going to kill me. Obviously, you're in my apartment. I feel like you don't belong there, so you see me, you're going to be spooked and be like, I got caught. And so I feel like you're going to kill me, and I know you're going to kill me. And then at that point, he's moving, and he somehow ends up more towards the front of the or like the front portion of the counter, I guess, kind of closer from where he was. And to me, you're advancing. I don't know what the hell you're, like, freaking probably you're going to kill me. And so I shoot 2 times. Then I walk in, and I'm still at gunpoint. I still have my gun out. And it's at that point when I get to the middle, I guess, the counter top, I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, it's not my home. I still have my gun out. I walk up, I look at him, and I'm like, I holster up, and I call 911.
Amber's tearful confession and remorseful gestures suggest deep regret for what she had done. Yet the detective is not satisfied with her answers. He goes on to press for every detail, seeking anything that might turn the case in an unexpected direction.
I know at first said I need EMS. You know, like, what happened? I was like, I need police. I was like, pretty much I need everybody. They asked me, what apartment number are you in? I was on my knees trying to assist him. I was trying to do CPR on him with one hand. I was on the phone with 911. So I walked back outside because I was like, I'm at 1478. I live at 1378. And so I couldn't even get my numbers, like the actual physical address. I've lived there less than 2 months. I just moved there. So, and then at that point, once the other officers arrive, I hear them in the hallway trying to find me. So I step outside, and the first officer I see, he rounds the corner on, I guess, on the east side of the building, whatever side they came on. And I tell him he's in there. And I was like, I let them know he's shot somewhere over in here. That's all I can remember. And then they took me away.
What was your shift that day?
Usually work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
8 a.m. to 4 p.m.?
During that, I know 2 days, Monday, I can't tell you if it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've gotten overtime almost every single day this week.
Okay. How many hours is overtime each day?
It varies.
Okay.
Last night was 5.5. The other Labor Day was 4 something. Because I was stuck at the hospital all night, and I still had to go to jail and type the report. And there was another day, I can't remember what day it was.
So if you worked 5.5 hours overtime last night, then you probably got off around 9:30. Would that be about right?
I dropped whatever my time card, I can't even remember what my time card says.
But you said you got home between 9 and 10, or you?
Yeah, I did an 8:45, I believe, is when I did my time card.
Okay, all right.
And my sergeant has that.
Okay. How many ways are there to get from where you park to your apartment? Or is there more than one?
Routes?
Yes, ma'am.
To go home and to, or like going
Like you park your car?
I
and
park my
then-
car, I go south on Lamar.
No, like, you mean,
At
yeah,
home.
once you park it in the
When you-
garage.
In the garage at home, to go into your apartment from the parking garage?
I always just go in that middle, just because it's easier. Like, I always have my stuff that needs, it's just a shorter route to go straight down that hallway.
Okay.
Unless I get home late, and then of course you have to walk the heck around, but if you're home late, everybody's parked on the 5th floor. That's the top, so you know you're on the 5th floor.
Mhm.
That's the only obvious. You know you're on the 5th or you're on the 1st are the only different floors that look different. Every floor looks the same.
Okay. Or is there assigned parking or anything, or you just
You
take
just
what's
park
there?
wherever.
Okay. Where'd you park?
I parked right in front of the door, kind of, because I was excited about getting a close spot.
Okay. Describe your apartment for me, like your kitchen.
It's starting from, I guess, right, there's a steel fridge. From there, it's granite countertops, like speckled with dark cherry wood with silver handles. I have a coffee maker, I guess food and stuff laying here and there. Stuff on the front counter. And the sink. So the oven's to the right. I mean, do you want to know?
Whatever, as much as you can, as much as you can recall.
There's, I mean, I don't know how it is, like, stuff on my countertop, I don't know, but, I mean, the layout of the kitchen is median, it's a low top median sink, it goes turn at an angle, a little more countertop oven, a little more countertop angles again, it goes to the fridge, which is nearest to the door. There's a wall that separates that.
Okay. Can you describe the guy you encountered? Can you describe his apartment?
It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Same layout.
Um,
The lights are in the same place. The whole thing is the exact same layout.
Okay. Are your floors the same? Okay. The countertops are the same, you said? Okay. Let's see what else. Apartment.
When I got midway to that median that's in the kitchen, I guess, how would I
So you had fired 2 rounds.
fired 2 rounds at the doorway.
You were
I
approaching.
advance up to that median that pokes out, and I'm looking, I'm like, that is not that's not my couch. It's like, that's not my TV. And I know I gotta take care of this guy. I still gotta render aid to him.
Mhm.
Her cooperation appeared to guide the detectives closer to the truth. However, something still didn't add up as certain questions remained unanswered. The detectives needs to get a detailed answer to what truly happened that fateful night, knowing the details could very well prove vital later in the investigation.
And you said you were carrying your gear with you. What is that?
In my left hand, I had my heavy vest, my lunchbox. I don't know what lunchbox went. And my duty bag.
Okay.
I walked down the hall, take my left, put my key in. The door, I don't even have to turn it. The door looks open. I hear somebody. I see a silhouette. It's far in back. I say, let me see your hand. Let me see your hand. He doesn't do anything. Usually the typical person does this.
Mm-hmm.
They comply. And he did start an aggressive, he started going, hey, hey. And to me, you're yelling at me like, oh, you're about to kill me. You're about to do something.
What made you fearful? I understand that,
In my home, there's an intruder.
Mm-hmm.
You're not listening to me. You're moving around. You're in the back towards the window, and then you advance towards like the front near the counter. So I still can't see your hands. You're not listening to me. You're gonna kill me. And their reaction, if you get caught, oh hell, I'm getting out. You're the one that's gonna be out.
down the hall to this door, did you hear anything? Did you see anybody?
There was no one. It was quiet.
Okay. When you were putting your key fob in, did you hear anything?
When I put it in, it's like an odd, because I don't know how to explain the key. I'm sure y'all seen the key already, but it's like an electric magnetic key.
Mm-hmm.
And it always, my floor, everybody's floor, everybody has problems with their keys. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes your light flashes red, so then you have to put it in. You have to put the key in all the time, take the key out, put it in again, and see if it works.
Have you ever discussed that problem with other neighbors?
No, I don't talk to anybody.
Okay.
I mean, the neighbor to my right, I'll see him sometimes on my patio. Nice guy, just so. But no, I don't talk to anybody. I go home, go to sleep, go to the gym.
Have you ever gone to, I guess, their management there and let them know, hey, my key's jacked up or anything?
I did once because my key fob, I couldn't get into my own gate. And so they're like, oh yeah, the strip or something's wrong with this. Like, okay. I just moved here and I can't get into my own residence, so
Right.
it sucks.
And is that the same key fob as what you used yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the remedy for that? How did they fix that?
I guess they just I don't know how they do with their keychains or their key fobs. I don't know. They took it to the back. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. Who was that you spoke with when you went there?
She was an older lady. Usually Sabrina's the only one down there.
Okay.
So
You know Sabrina's last name?
No.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you're putting it in, I guess at the same time the door started to move.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like it's pushed up. Like it's being pushed open.
Gotcha.
So
Did you hear anything at that point?
that's when I hear moving around,
Okay.
and I'm thinking, this guy, someone's going through my stuff, or I don't know what he's doing. And so I was scared. I thought I was gonna die. I don't know what else.
Can you describe what that movement sounded like?
Like shufflings around, walking around. And when I open the door fully, there's someone standing in the very back, and I just see a silhouette. It's big, so that's what I can get out. I couldn't tell you what the person was wearing. I couldn't.
Okay. And you said it was dark in there, is that correct?
It was dark.
Okay.
I turned on the lights whenever I walked back up to the front because I can't see I can't see where he's hid.
Okay.
So that's when I turned on the lights and then went back over there, sat on my knees, was on the phone with 911, and then I hear the officers coming. Felt like forever, but I told them I'm over here.
Okay.
I don't know what you want.
Well, if I'm the door frame, so, and then the apartment goes this way.
Okay, so I'm literally like this, like still on the metal portion part,
Okay.
and I'm holding the door. Going through the door frame, I'm holding the door open,
Mm-hmm.
and I see the shadow way back there, and that's when I draw. And I'm not trying to point at you.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Do what you need to do.
So I draw. I said, "Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands." He was way back there. He ended up towards the armrest of the couch, closest to the kitchen, and I shoot 2 times. I'm thinking because he's moving around so much, he's not listening. People, when they say, "Let me see your hands," they're going to stop what they're doing. They're not going to continue moving. So,
In your experience, has that been the case usually?
like,
Outside of this, when you've commanded somebody to...
yeah, they usually comply, or if they take off running, go run after them.
Okay. Was he walking towards you?
He was in the back of, like, towards the patio door,
Okay.
and he ended up more towards the front, and that's, I guess, when all he was moving around, and I was telling him, I was like, "Let me see your hands," and he was not giving me his hands.
Okay.
And it's pitch black. I feel like you're gonna freaking pull something out and you're gonna kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Amber's justification for the shooting brought up the unsettling question: could any explanation truly be sufficient to justify the murder of an unarmed man? Someone sitting in the safety of his house was caught off guard, with no chance to comprehend what was happening. On the contrary, Amber, an officer trained to handle tense situations, chose to shoot without hesitation.
What is the pistol you had?
It's a 9mm, serial number UU646575.
When you're facing him and he's back towards, I guess, the patio,
Door.
is he to your left as you're looking at him, or to your right as you're looking at him, or straight on?
Straight on.
Straight on,
Yeah,
okay.
he's-
What did he say? Did he say anything?
he said, hey, 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 aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he said. And I said, let me see your hands, let me see your hands.
Okay. Do you have a weapon light on your pistol?
No.
Okay.
As the pieces of the case finally fell into place, the detective shifted his focus to Amber's actions. He questioned whether her actions were motivated by prejudice or a genuine mistake. The sincerity of her regret, however, remained in doubt. The detective would not rest until every detail was brought to light and the truth was uncovered.
So after you shoot, you said twice?
Yes.
Okay. You holstered up and walk me through that from there.
After I shoot, I still have my gun out. I walk midway to the countertop island, and I see he's down. So I get on my knees and holster up, calling 911, trying to do compressions and stay on the phone with 911. I'm telling him, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm like, hey, bud, stay with me. Until the but I get to the point. I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment. It was my apartment. And I told him, and I couldn't tell the operator I didn't know what apartment number. I had to walk outside. And I walked back in and continued trying. And I'm sorry. I wasn't trying. I did not. I just wanted to go home that night. I just wanted to go home. I wanted to pick up my dog today. That's all I wanted to do. There was somebody in my apartment. My dog was. I told him I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I was trying to stay calm to the operator. I was trying.
And you started doing CPR, is that right? Or some kind of first aid? Walk me through that.
I get down on my knees with my left hand and trying to call that one. I'm just push. That's hard. He's a bigger guy, so it's one hand. It's hard. And I wait. I'm sorry.
So just describe what you were trying to administer CPR.
Someone's on the ground. I don't. Like, you want me to demonstrate how I was on my knees?
Just try to explain it best.
Just explain to show you the hand movements.
His head's right here, and I'm just pushing down his chest. And still, I'm gargling on one. I can tell I know he's hit right here. I don't know if he's hit anywhere else. I couldn't see. And so.
And how did you know he was sitting right there?
I didn't know until I turned on the lights.
Okay. And can you describe him after you turn on the lights?
I couldn't tell you what he was wearing. Nothing.
Okay. Did he say anything when you were working on him?
No.
Okay. Was he breathing?
He was breathing.
Okay.
And I kept telling him to stay with me.
How did you feel after, I guess, the scene settled a little bit? Describe that for me.
Because I was confused. I'm like, in my head, like that was my apartment.
Describe that for me. Like, you say confused.
I guess the feeling of like, is this really happening to me? Like, is this happening? Like, I wasn't expecting to go home. I wasn't expecting that outcome. I mean, I know I can't change it. I can't. And I guess by confused, I just mean I don't know how to, I didn't know how to feel. And I guess my reaction was like, just try to stay calm for the moment, because I didn't want people out there just like, oh, if everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
I was just trying to keep myself calm and not trying to worry myself.
Amber's recollection of the events is marked by visible tears and an apparent sense of remorse. Her actions afterward, particularly her attempt to administer CPR, strongly suggest an effort to save Botham's life, which casts doubt on any motive she might have had to kill him. However, later, a few critical pieces of evidence came to light, shifting the case in a surprising direction and contradicting Amber's original motive.
She was effectively able to get into her car, drive away, carry on a conversation, find her way home, take her gear in, put her gear out. She was operating like a normal person. After this conversation with Martin Rivera, there is a marked difference. That conversation ends at 9:55:21. At this point here, she gets back into the lane of traffic. But what's important, because I'm fixing to go through some of the stuff that happens in a short period of time after that, at 9:55:21, Botham has less than 3 minutes and 44 seconds to live. Amber Geiger fails to park on the floor that she's supposed to. She drives up to the 4th floor, and she parks there instead. That can happen. And I'm going to tell you, folks, I'm not trying to be nitpicky. Any number of these things in isolation can be explained. It's the cumulative total and the comparison of her respective attentiveness before and after this call. She parks on the wrong floor. She actually backs into a parking spot in the parking garage on the 4th floor. From her vantage point where she is parked, all the way until she gets out of her truck, she drives a white Dodge pickup truck, and all the way forward until she walks into a skyway that connects to the apartment complex itself, you can see it's an open-air garage. You can see the elevation 180 degrees around. You can see the roof line of the apartment complex that you don't see from the 3rd floor. It is a completely different perspective. She's got this really pretty decorative planter. It's big. It's tall. It's obvious. At least twice a day, you would think, for the last 2 months, Amber Geiger has walked past that decorative urn. And on this particular evening, it's not there because she's on the wrong floor. Doesn't register. Whatever is on her mind after that conversation has consumed her attention entirely. And she's missing obvious things.
During the trial, the prosecutor showed a few more pieces of evidence from Amber's social media posts, which included her idealization of unwarranted violent action. On October 1st, 2019, the Dallas County Court found Amber Geiger guilty of murdering Botham Jean. The following day, on October 2nd, 2019, she was sentenced to 10 years in prison. During the sentencing, both sides presented several emotional testimonials.
My life has not been the same. It's just been like a roller coaster. I cannot sleep. I cannot eat. It's just been the most terrible time for me. I'm not able to work, but I just try to busy myself just to see if it will get out of my head. But it's been very, very, very difficult.
Can you explain how she's reacted since the situation of knowing that she's killed an innocent man?
She was very upset. I couldn't understand her. When she first told me, I couldn't understand her because she was crying so hard.
Since that time until now, what have you seen as far as her remorse for accidentally going into this wrong apartment and shooting this man?
She wanted to take his place. She always would tell me she wished she could take in his place. She feels very bad about it. She feels very bad about it.
One of the key highlights of the trial was Brand Jean, the brother of Botham Jean, stepping up and forgiving Amber, as well as hugging her, which made everyone emotional in the courtroom.
Yes.
Botham's father also chose to forgive Amber. However, a significant number of people following the case were deeply dissatisfied with the sentence. They felt it was insufficient for the severity of the crime and believed that justice had not been fully served. As we conclude this tragic story, it serves as a reminder of a larger, more painful pattern. Botham Jean's death has ignited outrage and heartbreak, but it has also compelled us to confront difficult questions about how many lives have been lost and how many families have been shattered due to biases we refuse to acknowledge. How can we break the cycle of injustice? What changes must occur to ensure that no more innocent lives are lost due to discrimination and fear? We invite you to reflect and share your thoughts in the comments section below, and let us know if there is a story you would like us to cover. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.